Happy Monday! Welcome to a brand new week and welcome to News for You with me, Tracy. Now tonight on our agenda, we have the Electoral Commission's new defense. We're also talking about buying political power. Why is that killing trust in the public? We're also getting into Africa's first G20 Summit as well as 16 Days of Activism. All of that and so much more coming up tonight. Stay tuned. The Electoral Commission says that it's prepared to offer a smoother voting experience in 2026 by sending polling materials to distant districts earlier to avoid the delays that they saw back in 2021. Now, during the 2021 election, many Kampala voters waited for hours as materials arrived late, with some stations even starting voting in the afternoon. Areas like Nakawa, Makindye, and Rubaga were hit the hardest, and opposition figures like NUP's James Mubiru and FDC's Moses Okwera criticized the commission's handling. Now, although the commission blamed transport challenges, many opposition leaders believe that the delays were targeting their strongholds. With the voter register growing from 18 million in 2021 to 22 million in 2026, critics including lawyer Samuel Muyizi, who worked on the 2021 election petition, remain doubtful. The commission, however, insists that it has learned from its past mistakes and fixed the gaps. I think things are a little bit different this time. We've definitely seen a calmer election season, and they've been really intentional about telling us, at least, that they are going to have a free and fair election. So hopefully that is what we'll see. Hopefully their promises will actually come to pass, and it's not just talk. Policy analysts and lawyers are warning that Uganda could be headed for serious trouble ahead of the 2026 elections. They say the buying of political power is increasing and could lead to leaders who are not genuinely chosen by the people, which goes against our constitution. Now, unlike the usual voter bribery as seen in past elections, critics say that this time the tactics are more organized. In some areas, police officers have allegedly been bribed to block certain candidates from being nominated. Now, in districts like Nebi and Nsingiro, voters who had already signed up to support candidates were reportedly paid to withdraw their signatures, making it easier for other powerful politicians to run unopposed. Some candidates have already been removed from the races, and more cases may follow. Analysts warn that this trend is killing public trust and weakening democracy. Lawyers are calling for serious investigations to stop votes from losing their value in 2026. This is really scary, and I hope something is done about this, and I hope it's not true, but let's wait and see. The G20 Summit in South Africa has ended with a joint declaration calling for global cooperation despite the US's boycotting of the meeting. Now, the declaration focused on climate action, reducing inequality, and supporting peace efforts in Ukraine, Sudan, DRC, as well as Palestinian territories. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa said that the agreement proves that countries' shared goals were stronger than their differences. Now, the U.S. skipped the summit because President Donald Trump said without evidence that white South Africans are facing large-scale unalivings and land seizures. So now this was the very first G20 summit that took place in Africa, and the U.S. is set to host the next one in 2026, allegedly at Donald Trump's Florida golf course. Now, the usual formal handover of the G20 presidency was delayed and is going to take place next week. Leaders like Brazil's President Lula said that Trump's absence didn't matter, while Germany's Chancellor Friedrich Merz criticized the U.S. decision, noting that global power dynamics are shifting. Donald Trump is a very interesting man. His comments are also very interesting and not based. Every year from November 25th to December 10th, the world marks 16 days of activism against GBV, calling for united action to protect women and girls. Nearly 1 in 3 women experience violence in their lifetime, with risks rising during crises, climate shocks, and poverty. Now, behind each statistic is a woman or girl whose rights and dignity have been violated. This year, the global theme for 2025 is Unite to End Digital Violence against all women and girls, highlighting the growing threat of online abuse, harassment, and digital control. The campaign also spotlights new WHO data and the updated Respect Women Prevention Framework, which offer practical guidance for preventing violence and supporting survivors. Under the Open the Door concept, the campaign uses visuals and stories to reveal hidden forms of abuse and encourage individuals, institutions, and systems to act with empathy. So obviously, I feel like this should already be a standard. Women and girls should not need to fight for rights to be safe. It should be a guarantee. But more power to the 16 Days of Activism. I hope that this year we yield even better results and like really guarantee safety for women and children out there. It's time for sports. It's time for sports on News for You. Take a look.
Hey yo, what's good people? My name is Bashir and I'm back again with the sports updates on News for You. And guess what? I bring you good news from the weekend. When I say good news, you know what I mean. Arsenal. Yes, Arsenal beat up Spurs in the North London derby 4-1. We saw Eze Eberechi scoring a hat-trick. Something he had never done at Arsenal before. A hat-trick, I mean, he was on form yesterday. I mean, Richarlison scoring the only goal for Spurs yesterday. It was a nice goal, I have to admit. Then Trossard scoring again, scoring for Arsenal. So Arsenal beating them 4-1. But the good news is this. Now, there are two teams that give the Premier League headache. Liverpool have continued their losing streak. Ancelotti, by the way, is in trouble. let him keep losing. Man City, yes, Haaland failed to score. They lost to Newcastle, 2-1. Guess what? That makes me so happy. Yes. So the Premier League continues tonight with Manchester United hosting Everton. You know already how I want that game to go. But hey, man, may the best team win. Man United has picked his rhythm lately. He's playing good football. I mean, Mbeumo is scoring the goals. Casemiro is also doing his thing. Yeah, the team looks good now. On the other hand, Everton isn't the best really. It's always that team that is like a mediocre team. But yeah, that wasn't the only game we had. We had Chelsea up against Burnley. Chelsea beat Burnley 2-0. Now, this Chelsea win against Burnley only means that Chelsea is now second behind Arsenal. With how many points? 23 points. Arsenal has 29 points. So there's a 6-point gap between Arsenal and Chelsea. Then Arsenal and Man City, there's a 7-point gap. So Man City needs to win 2 games and Arsenal is losing. Then Arsenal picks a draw. They're in mathematics. But it's still early days. Anything can happen. Arsenal has been performing so well. They've lost so far 1 game this season to Liverpool. Drew 2 games, Sunderland and Man City. So they've really been doing well. In the 4th position, there's Aston Villa with 21 points. Liverpool, I can't see Liverpool. They're 11th. They're 11th with 18 points. But that's not all. This weekend, the Champions League returns and Arsenal will be playing Bayern Munich. Then over the weekend, they have Chelsea. So Arsenal is having tough games from Tottenham this weekend. Wednesday, they have Bayern. Over the weekend, they have Chelsea. And then the other week, they have Aston Villa. So it's going to be a bad ride for them. But I trust the boys. They're going to deliver. So guys, Arsenal is lonely at the top with 29 points. You can take it to the bank. We're winning the season this league. Bye.
And that is a wrap for tonight, guys. As always, please do leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you again tomorrow. Bye.